here's the hawk. Before there was a Tiffany outdoors, there was Tiffany the farmer.
Follow U-turn when possible.
No, we're not U-turning.
Hi. Hi, what are you doing? Hi, Boo. What?
Alright, the the jigsaw worked. I forgot to record it. But now I still got a little bit of daylight left. I'm going to use my angle grinder and start cutting off these old screws. Some of them I may have to cut from underneath, which kind of makes me nervous. But that's how I'm going to get the rest of these off. All these pieces of wood left over. Like those pieces of wood there. I may have to go underneath and cut the bolt off. And the bolts are really tiny, real small. So I'm hoping that it won't be that big of a deal. And just so you guys know, this angle grinder still makes me nervous. Very nervous. But I gotta do this. I have to get over my nervousness over this tool. It's a tool. As long as I'm safe, I should be okay. Alright, here we go. Alright, y'all, it's the next day. So I found a way that's going to work to get the rusted bolts out. I don't know if it's safe or not, but it's working. And I used my, I think it's called a maul. It's like a miniature sledgehammer. I think it's called a maul. I used that and broke up the rest of the boards. It was like butter. I'm like, I forgot I even had one. I was actually going to go out and buy one and was looking for something else in my shed, found it, so knocked those boards loose. It took like 10-15 seconds. Y'all saw that hammering I was doing with the regular hammer. Ugh. But anyway, alright, I'm going to go ahead and cut off the rest of these bolts and get this cleaned up. I got some wire brushes. I'm going to clean up all the like the heavy debris and stuff that's in there. Clean all that off. Get the wood all picked up. I gotta go over this with my magnet really well because there were tons and tons of nails and screws and chains and all kinds of metal and stuff. I don't want my horse to get hurt. Go over and pick that up with the magnet. Then I can put the boards back in. So first thing I'm gonna do is finish taking these bolts out. Let me show you guys what I'm doing and maybe tell me if there's a better way I could have done it. I'm sure there's a better way, but this is the way I'm going to do it. Let me show you. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm taking my hammer here and I'm putting it like this, and then take my cutter, cutting it about halfway, and then taking the hammer off and knocking it out the rest of the way. Like I said, I don't know if that's safe or not. I guess if I'm questioning it, it probably isn't. Alright, so that's how I'm going to do the rest of these. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the rest of them, and then I'll come back to you. Alright, got that part done. Now I'm going to go over, I went to the Dollar Tree and got this brush, and I got some 3 smaller wire brushes. So I'm just going to brush all the debris off and get my blower out, blow everything off, and then start laying in the wood, the new wood. Getting there. Alright, now to kind of scrub this up a little bit. Man, y'all would not believe all the nails and screws that came out of this thing. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. All right, I'm going to do this for a little while because I need to make sure I get up as much as possible, and I'll come back to you. Y'all, that was ridiculous. Look at all this. And this right here is only half of what I picked up. Some of it I picked up yesterday and already threw it away. But yeah, wow. Just look at all that. Alright, I'm ready to go ahead and start putting the boards in. I think what I'm going to do is bring them over one by one and lay them down. Well, at least the first one. I'm not going to tie them in yet. I don't have the hardware yet anyway. So what I'm going to do is take the board, put it in the bed of the trailer, reach underneath with the pencil and draw a circle in the hole from underneath so I can mark it. And then flip the board over, drill the holes, and then I should be able to put my hardware in. Should be able to. So I just need to measure for the hardware, and I still have to go get the hardware. But anyway, let's go ahead and measure at least one of the boards to see how this technique is going to work. Let's see. So the board should go underneath that lip, but for some reason I can't get it underneath there. So I may have to cut a slant on the end there, so it just sort of slide in there. And the end is hanging off quite a bit. Trying to decide what I want to do here. I don't know if I want to try and force that underneath there or just leave it level with that lip there and be okay with that. I'm trying to decide, guys. And look how much it sticks out. Look how much it sticks out on the end. So I'll have to cut some off, which I was hoping not to have to cut anything. This is just supposed to go in as is. Alright, I shoved it under the lip, but look what it does to the board. It sticks up like 3 feet. Alright, so I'm just going to butt it up against the end there. And I'm going to have to cut some off this end, unfortunately. And then go from there. My pencil's too fat to fit in the hole. Stop it. Don't do it. Alright, I've got two of the 3 holes marked. I gotta cut that end down before I can mark the last hole. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this and get these in, and then y'all, whoa. Alright, so whew, that was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Man, oh man. Whew. All I have to do now is get my bolts and put that in. That's not going to be, hopefully that's not going to be any trouble with that. But I did it. I did it. Whew, I tell you what. This was hard. This was hard. But not impossible. Alright, y'all. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. Okay, y'all. Full disclosure. I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to put these boards back in. I just kind of feel like I should show you guys the whole process, not just say, okay, I got to put the bolts in and that's it. Alright, I'm going to put the bolts in. And I'm not having a good day at all. I'm having my gastrointestinal disease is really messing with me today. And I feel horrible, absolutely horrible. But I'm gonna get out here and do this anyway. I can rest later. Alright. I'll show you guys where I'm at. Okay, I've got the hardware there. I went ahead and pulled out almost all of the boards, except for that one. That first one, I didn't need to take that one out. But the one thing I really need to address is the wires for the lights. Y'all, maybe I should test the lights before I put these boards in. Let me look at this thing and see which truck I need to pull over here. I think that would be the smart thing to do, right? Hold on. Alright, Big Blue to the rescue. Let's see if these lights work. So the lights don't work. Is it the truck or is it the trailer? What do I do to find out? I gotta think about this. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try and clean up the contacts with some alcohol and a couple of swabs. We'll see how that works. It worked. It worked. Okay, now check the bulbs. Alright, I got the right blinker on. It's hard to see in the daylight, but it is indeed flashing. Alright, so all I had to do was clean the contacts. They were slightly corroded, so thank you, Jesus. Alright, now I can continue on. Alright, now I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with the wires. I am a wirer at my regular 9-to-5 job. I wire every day. All day, every day, wiring. I do wiring, reading diagrams, wiring schematics, and all of that. I do that on a daily basis. So this is already wired. All I need to do is neaten them up and tighten them up. Now, when I took these boards off, they were attached to the boards underneath, and it made it kind of hard to remove this stuff. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is zip tie them tighter. Let me show you. Like this part, for instance, is hanging down. I'm going to pull it tighter from that way, and it also tightened up from back there. See, that's loose too. So I'm going to first tighten it from this direction, and then I'm going to create a little loop like this, and then I'm going to wire tie this loop. I'm going to wire tie it here and here to hold this together and keep this taut. And then I'm going to go back there and pretty much do the same thing with that wire back there. Alright, did it. Now that wire is nice, protected, tucked up underneath there. There's no way that that's going to catch on anything. I hope, fingers crossed. Okay, now I can start the task of putting the boards back in. I'm going to start on that. Like I said, I've already got my hardware there. I've got wrenches over there, and I know I'm going to have to crawl underneath here to get to that second one. And then when I come back here to this back end, I have an idea that I'm going to do. So I'll cross that bridge when I get to it, and I'll show you guys what I'm going to do. Alright, I'm just going to keep doing that all the way down, all the boards, until I get to probably the last board. And then the last board, I'll have to crawl underneath this thing. Ugh. Okay, the last board. And this didn't actually take as long as I thought it was going to, so I'm doing pretty good so far. Alright, let's drop this last board and see how this is going to go. Should I cry now or later? I had a feeling there was going to be an issue. I was nervous about this. And I know exactly where the issue is. You see that gap right there? When I was putting these in, when I put that third board in, I noticed, I don't know, didn't look like it was going to line up right. And it does not. So I've got a couple options here. I can take my saw and make that fit, cut that down, make it fit, or I can pull that board back up, re-drill it, and then drop the bolt back in. But in order to get to that board, I really literally will have to climb underneath this thing. Ugh, decisions. While I'm thinking about it, I think I'm gonna go inside, cool down just a little bit, and rehydrate, because I am sweating like crazy out here. And plus I was already dehydrated when I came out because of my gastrointestinal issues. So I'm gonna go get some electrolytes in me, think about this, and figure out what I want to do. I think I probably will just hammer the heck out of this thing and force it in. That might be my third option. But first, before I go do all that hammering and stuff, I'm gonna go get, like I said, some electrolytes. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. I think I'm gonna go with the easiest option first. I'm gonna hammer the heck out of this board, see if I can force it in. If it don't fit, force it. Alright, let's see how this really goes for me. Okay. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my circular saw and shave just a little bit off this side, just a little bit. So we'll do that. I just need to figure out where to put this so I can cut it down. Here's to hoping that the holes still line up. Fingers crossed, y'all. All right. The holes don't line up in the last board. I did get one screw in, so that'll at least keep it from popping off completely while I'm driving. And sometimes you just have to be okay with that, and I am so okay with that. I learned a few things on this job, this project, and like almost every project I do, I learned some new things about myself. I learned that I know how to think on my feet. I know how to problem solve. When I run into an issue, I fix it to the best of my ability. And sometimes it just has to be good enough. It doesn't have to be pretty or perfect, does it? To be functional, and this is functional. I'm happy with the job, I'm happy with the progress, and I'm happy I can now safely use this trailer without worrying about something falling through on it. So there's that. All right, y'all. If you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye. Oh, it's finally over.